What's popping out there, world? And welcome to another edition of TJ Sports Nation, presented by your boy TJ, straight out of KC. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. NFL is back. The NFL is back. Can't be more excited than that, man. Chiefs Kingdom, stand up, stand up. This is redemption, baby. I'm telling you. This is redemption, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. Glad to be back, man. Most definitely. Crazy off season. A very, very, very crazy off season, man. And man, let me tell you, man, I didn't see a lot of that shit coming. You know what I'm saying? From Chiefs Kingdom getting, trading Tyreek Hill. I was actually working a move job when I got the news of that. I almost dropped the lady's couch. Like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it because, when you hear something like, oh, they traded Tyreek Hill and things of that nature, the first thing you think of is like, well, damn, who's Pat gonna get the ball to now? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got Kelsey, but we got Hardman who's pretty good, but who's Trav gonna get the ball to now, man? Without Tyreek Hill being out there, you know what I'm saying? But the way that first of all, let's talk about all the draft picks that the Chiefs got. 5 draft picks for Hill. That was the winning part of the whole deal, because we came away with Sky Moore, who just looking at him in training camp, he's going to be a problem. I'm not saying that he's going to be Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is his own unique player in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? But, the main thing is we're putting bodies around Mahomes. We putting playmakers around Mahomes that can make plays. And Sky Moore is a young guy. He's fast. And I really think he can be at least a 2 receiver right now. And that's the truth. I believe that he could be a 2 receiver right now. And that's the truth. That's just how games go. Period. You know what I'm saying? Then we get Trent McDuffie. We needed help on defense, especially in that secondary, man, because I'm telling you, man, we got torched by Buffalo in the divisional round of the playoffs, even though we did come out the victor. But Gabriel Davis ate us up. We got torched by the Bengals in that first game by Jamar Chase. Chase ate us up. I mean, Ward just couldn't cover him to save his life. So to pick up Trent McDuffie, that was a huge steal itself. You know what I'm saying? We needed help on the pass rush. George Karlaftis looking real good in camp, expected to do some big things. So to come away with 2 first-round draft picks, which a lot of people were speculating and saying, oh, we're gonna trade out of the first round, at least one of those draft picks. No, Brett Veach said, fuck that. He said, fuck that. He stayed in the first round, baby. You feeling me? He stayed in the first round and used both draft picks in the first round, one on McDuffie and one on George Karlaftis. Period. And I think that it's gonna work out perfectly. Then they picked up a nice back in the 7th round named Isaiah Pachinko. And this cat, he's been making noise in camp. He has been making noise in camp. And he said, I'm coming to take a grown man's job. Because mind you, man, we signed Rojo, Ronald Jones, who was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was part of the team when they beat us in Super Bowl 55 and things of that nature. Kind of an in and out type of career, but he's he's proven himself somewhat. But just looking at the stuff that I've seen in training camp so far, he ain't looking too good, man. He ain't looking too good. Isaiah Pachenko is dominating. So you pair him, or you got a trio of possibly Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm gonna say Jared McKinney, who had a nice run with us in the playoffs last year. A very explosive guy, veteran of the league, and Isaiah Pachenko. That's a dangerous run game. That's a dangerous run game. And to be honest with you, I wonder to myself is if it's even gonna be room for Ronald Jones. Because I don't see a reason why they would keep 4 or 5 running backs. It don't really make sense. And we got a fullback in Burton. I just don't. I don't see the reason why they would keep that many backs. So, the question is, what are they going to do with that? We kick off the preseason today against the Chicago Bears. So I think a lot of those questions will get answered. As the preseason goes on, as training camp goes on, and as they start making cuts. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be, I think, one of the most interesting football seasons I've seen in a while because of all the crazy offseason stuff that has happened. From the Broncos acquiring and getting Russell Wilson, what does Russ got left? That's gonna be the question, because a lot of people think that, he might have lost a step or two, and his last season in Seattle wasn't that good, and he was hurt and things of that nature. So these are the questions that we won't answer to. Is the Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack? I mean, the Chargers did so much in the offseason, man, to better their defense. JC Jackson coming over. Like, they aren't playing. They're going to have a mean pass rush. And I know how bad they want to knock us off. The Raiders. The Faders, as I call them. Getting arguably the best wide receiver in the game, Devontae Adams, coming over. And then they also got Chandler Jones, one of the best pass rushers to, play in the game from Arizona. That helps their defense, pairing him with an already good pass rush that they got. That's hey, they gunning for us, man. Darren Waller, uh, Hunter Renfro. Raiders gonna have a team, man. the Raiders gonna be ready to play some ball, man. I'm telling you, man, this was one of the craziest off seasons I've ever seen. But I think above all, I think Chiefs Kingdom rises again. Like I think Chiefs Kingdom did enough. We got so many people thinking that we're not gonna go anywhere, all because of one player that we traded. But you can't revolve your team around one player. It takes the whole team, all 53 men on that roster, to make a Super Bowl run, to win a Super Bowl. When we won back in Super Bowl 54, it wasn't just Tyreek Hill that got us there. It was the play of Patrick Mahomes. It was the play of Travis Kelce. Our defense stepped up and played better. We actually had a top 15, top 10 defense going into the playoffs because they started clicking more towards the end of the season. And I think that helped get us over that hump, you know what I'm saying, into the playoffs. And that's how they went for us. So when you look at everything, let's take a look at everything that the Chiefs did this offseason to better themselves. They picked up some ball hogs, man, and we needed them. We needed them, man. It's crazy. Oh no, that's mock draft. My bad, y'all. Let me check this out. Let me peep this, man, because I be trying to remember so much, man, from the boxing side to to football. Woo, man, it start to get to you mentally, man. Trying to remember so much, but they picked up some ball hogs, man. Yeah, so Trent McDuffie, George Karlaftis, both in the first round. Scott gonna get Jamison Williams. I think he was thinking he was coming here too because he wore all red. But the Lions, the Lions pulled a fast one on us and traded up to get him. So, uh, man, Brian Cook. Brian Cook is a dog, big guy. So he's gonna help that secondary out. Leo Chanel's been making noise in camp so far. Been making noise. I expect big things out of him this season. Joshua Williams, another D-back. He may be some help later on down the line, more maybe special teams, but I'm hearing good things about him as well. Um, Pachenko, like I said, man, he said he'll take a grown man's job, and I believe he's gonna do that. I believe he's gonna do that. Period. You know, but we shall see, man. Like we shall see how this thing go, man. As far as free agency go, we pick up Juju Smith-Schuster, who hadn't been uh much. He was hurt last year in Pittsburgh, but he's looked really good in training camp. He's doing his thing. Him and Mahomes seem like they're clicking pretty good. So I think that that's going to help in the long run. And you also got to look at the likes of MVS, Marquise Valdez Scantling, who was Aaron Rodgers' old target in Green Bay. He is a excellent downfield threat. Not to mention he's tall. So to go from having pretty much small wide receivers last year, Tyreek's is not really a big. He's not a big guy. McColl's not that big. Byron Pringle wasn't that big. I think Byron might have been the tallest out of all of them. To go from that to having size on each side, you know what I'm saying? From Juju to MVS, that's big itself right there. That's big itself, man. Then we get Jody Forson back at tight end, who was out last season with, I believe, Achilles injury. So to get him back and the things that we know he can do, that's big, baby. That's big, man. I'm telling you, man. Like I expect big things out of Chiefs Kingdom this year. I expect huge things out of Chiefs Kingdom this year. Question is, can we as a team put it all together like we need to go for another Super Bowl run, to host what would be our fifth straight AFC Championship game, to win our seventh AFC West title? I'm telling you, they hearing everything from that jackass at the NFL awards at the end of the season that said Mahomes forgot how to play, to everybody else that's saying we're gonna finish fourth, and some people like Bart Scott don't even think we're gonna make the playoffs. I think that's motivating. I think that's motivating, man. That's motivating what we're trying to do, what we're trying to build, and then have to add fuel to the fire with everything that's going on now. That helps, man. I'm telling you, that helps a whole lot. I believe we will get better. We will be better. We will be able to answer a lot of those questions as the season goes on. People will see the KC Chiefs are for real, and we are still running shit. Period. I know Cincinnati went on a nice little run last year, and that's all fine and dandy. They are a good football team. I expect another good season from them. I expect another good season from the Buffalo Bills. They had a good draft. They addressed some needs that they had. They're on fire. They're upset about, the whole they didn't get the ball back in overtime shit against us last year. So I know they got a vendetta built up. It's a lot of things that when you look at it, teams are gonna be on fire. Baltimore, the Ravens, they looking to do some shit. They didn't even make the playoffs last year. So that's big itself right there, to help, add fuel to the fire for everybody. And that's the truth. That's the truth, man. But I believe somewhere, either on the NFC or the AFC, there'll be a surprise team. There will be a surprise team somewhere. Who will it be? I don't know. Could be the Detroit Lions. We don't know. We don't know, man. Like it could go so many different ways. And that's the truth, man. I think that this is going to be a very interesting NFL season. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it, man. Like tap in, but if I'm putting my money on it, because I'm gonna give my predictions for each division and tell you what I think is gonna happen here in a minute. But yeah, it's gonna be epic, man. It's gonna be epic, man. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. But if you're gonna put your money on anybody, put your money on the Chiefs, man. you know, but we shall see, man. We shall see, man. Um, yeah, so let's give our predictions for each division and go from there. I'm gonna start with the NFC and I'm gonna start with the NFC North. I still got the Packers and Aaron Rodgers rocking it, winning that. They've ran it for so many years. The Bears don't have any receivers. The Vikings, I'm still not sold on Kirk Cousins right now. The Lions, I believe the Lions will be a wild card team this year, man. I believe old Dan Campbell got some firepower. Jared Goff is fired up watching his old team win the Super Bowl with a new quarterback in his first year there. Um, and he actually got him to the Super Bowl a few years ago and came up short in that boring ass Super Bowl against the Patriots. But I believe the Lions will at least be a surprise wild card team, but they ain't winning no North. Period. Then we look at it and then we can flip and let's go to the NFC South. I still believe that's Tom Brady's division, but he's had trouble beating the Saints since he's been in Tampa. They're going to be a problem picking up Honey Badger in the offseason, our old safety, who absolutely got torched by Jamar Chase as well. But just to put that out there. But he's going to be good there, playing for his hometown. But I'm going to roll with Tampa Bay to win the South. You know, you go NFC West. Tough, tough, tough conference. Tough division. Tough division. Because it could go either way, and it normally comes down. I don't think the Seahawks are even in it. The Cardinals could make some noise. I believe they are. Kyler Murray getting that big contract. He's got something to prove this year. We actually opened the season up against them, so that's going to be interesting. But I'm going to take the Rams to win the West, but it would definitely be an interesting season. That's a really tight conference right there. That is a really tight conference. NFC East, I got the Eagles coming out of the East this year again. I'm still not sold on the Cowboys. I don't believe that they did anything this offseason to get better. I got little faith in Prescott. He just ain't showed me much, but surprise me, Cowboys. That's all I can say. If y'all do, y'all do. Y'all don't, y'all don't. You know. But let's switch over to the AFC. Um, let's start with the AFC South. I am going with the Colts to win the South. The Titans won it all as far as that goes last year. They actually had a first round bye. But I think Matt Ryan's going to do some things uh, with the Colts this year in his first year there. John Taylor as his running back, so they got some firepower. I think the Colts is good enough to win the South this year, especially with an experienced quarterback like Matt Ryan. We flip over and let's go to the AFC East. I believe Mac Jones is going to do some things with New England this year. He's going to do some things with Bill Belichick and things of that nature. But I don't necessarily think that they're going to be good enough to get through Buffalo. Buffalo is just too good right now. They got one of the best rosters. In some people's eyes, they got the best roster in the NFL right now. So I got Buffalo winning the NFC East or AFC East. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami don't maybe end up a wild card team, maybe just because they got some pretty good receivers down there. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. They're gonna make some noise. The question is, can Tua actually throw an accurate pass? We're gonna see because he ain't looked too good in camp. Not to me. Everything I've seen, his passes have been completely off. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So that's AFC East. We'll go AFC North, another tight division, a really, really, really tight division. I am going to take out of the AFC North the Baltimore Ravens to win it. You know, period. And I got the Ravens finishing second in that division. But I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens. I think that they're gonna do something this year a little bit. They'll definitely be in the playoffs. They'll rebound. Uh, we'll see, man. We'll see. But I got the Ravens winning the AFC North. That's gonna be an interesting division, a tight division, a tight race. Uh, I'm not sure if Cleveland gets Deshaun back at some point this season, they could be a sneaker and get in a wild card team. But the only reason why I think they'll get in is because the NFL expanded the playoffs last year. That's the only reason why. Period. Period. And finally, the big dog of them all, the AFC West. You know who I'm rocking with, man. Chiefs Kingdom all day. We win our seventh straight AFC West title. That's what I got. I believe that the Faders will finish second. I think that they have a roster good enough to knock the Chargers down to third, and I still think Denver's about a year away from being able to do anything, even with Russell Wilson. Russell talking a lot of shit, but I think they'll be okay this year. They'll win some good games, but I just don't think that they'll even make the playoffs this year. I think next year they'll come out on fire a lot more, but not this year. So I got, the Chiefs finishing first, winning the AFC West title for the seventh straight time, and the Faders finished second behind them. That's how I got that going. Those are my early predictions. I ain't gonna make no playoff predictions or things of that nature right now, but we start in Arizona. I expect Kansas City to finish in Arizona. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Like, it's gonna be a very good football season. Y'all don't want to miss it, man. I will be doing these live stream shows every Saturday We will give our breakdown of every game on Sunday or Monday, Thursday games, and things of that nature. We'll give our predictions every week. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with me. And then also on Saturdays, if y'all into boxing, I'll be doing the boxing shows as well. So everything will come together like we needed to, and we'll go from there, man. It's gonna be an interesting season, and make sure y'all tap in, man. Period, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good though. I'm telling you, man. So with that being said, I'm gonna get ready for today's preseason games. I will be back on in the early afternoon to talk some boxing, and we'll go from there. Much love, y'all.